All right, welcome to Film Nerds. I'm James,
What's up, everybody? This is Theo.
and we're back with you to another movie review. This is actually technically the first one we did this year, being since the Star Wars was the audio on that one was kind of bad, but nonetheless,
We still
it's
gonna do that
yeah.
though.
So, um, well, for us it's Saturday. Not sure when this podcast is gonna air, but we just seen Bad Boys the other day, and well, we're just gonna jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So as you know, this is the first of the first Bad Boy of the series where it's not directed by Michael Bay. It was directed by two Belgian directors. I'm not gonna try pronounce their names because
Man, come on, man. You did that have you seen it? We gotta learn the names.
like no, their names is really hard to pronounce. I know the names; it's just hard to pronounce. I'm not gonna try to, but I'm not
One of
gonna
them, Ali. Allah.
something like that. But of course, it stars Will Smith, Mark Lawrence, and Vanessa Hutchins, right?
That's a Hutchins.
You know, and of course you see the returns of uh, some of the minor characters such as Marcus's wife, the captain,
Teresa Rando.
and
Teresa, I think. Sorry.
and Reggie makes a return. And of course, all Bad Boys fans we know him from Bad Boys 2 when he comes and takes Marcus's daughter out on a date. You know,
I think I'm gonna do the same thing if I have a daughter.
but yeah, so the pretty much the movie is about they are Marcus and Michael are of course up is coming of age, and they are pretty much approaching retirement, and Marcus is pretty much debating on retiring. He's not even debating. He's retiring.
That's correct.
You know, and Mike is still thinking he's still the same young cat, you know, from back in the day. So pretty much what happens is there's a assassination tip on his life. Was put where he ends up in a coma, and he wakes up afterwards wanting to pretty much get revenge, and the whole thing kind of sets up a link to towards his past. So that's pretty much the plot in a nutshell.
That's
You
correct.
know. So how you felt about the movie?
How I felt about the movie. Well, I'll say the positive first. I think Martin. It was nice to see Martin Lawrence. It was kind of confusing though, because one minute he's very skinny, and I seen like some interviews on YouTube. He's skinny, then it's like he had an allergic reaction in a couple scenes. So I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not too sure why was the case, but it looks like they when they first started production, he was overweight
okay,
or
I
out
see
of
what
shape.
happened.
You
Okay,
know,
but I thought they normally wait and let them get into shape.
I would think so too.
Because when he's promoting the movie, I think he's in shape now.
Yeah.
Because I seen him, you can see like the little thumbnails, and he's a lot smaller than he was in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Like those scenes, my best guess is will probably due to reshoots.
yeah,
They probably had reshoots, and he was already like had lost weight. Because but the difference is very obvious.
right,
You know, in scenes where he is out of shape, it looked like they keep him in dark clothing
mm-hmm.
to try to hide the fact that he's overweight, but you can see it in his face.
yes.
Like you can tell he's
Because I think
yeah.
when he does the run, he's kind of. But I know later in the movie he's in shape. But I think you can definitely see it in the hospital scene. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So other than that, it was enjoyable, I would say, but I was kind of confused on a lot of stuff in the movie. So yeah, it just I don't know. It was just some inconsistency things that I noticed, and it kind of didn't let me get into the movie. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how they say don't break the fourth wall because you throws off the. But yeah, those inconsistencies kind of threw me off a little bit. So
Yeah, like for me, I thought I found the movie enjoyable,
hmm
but at the same time, yeah, like a lot of things that happens in the movie to me don't make sense.
hmm
Like, or not only does it make sense, I felt like, especially look at the plot. I felt like the plot was unoriginal. You know, it been done many times, and it kind of, to me, it didn't feel like a Bad Boys type of plot. You know,
Mm.
it goes with the whole get revenge type thing. You know, as in Taken, John Wick, and I feel like they could have went something someone else with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the things that I didn't like was how they the plot twist of how the killer is actually his son.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was like I feel like it was Gemini Man all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that because I've seen it. I mean, Gemini Man, it really well now it's on DVD now, but it's still fresh in my mind, and it
Mm-hmm.
was literally like the same concept, and it's the same actor. Like if it was a different actor, it'd be different, but
Mm-hmm.
he has the same type of emotions, the same type. It's literally identical, and it's kind of like that's kind of disappointing. It's kind of like the same way if you felt like when Keena he's coming out with two movies back to back. If he started acting like John Wick in the what's the
Matrix.
yeah yeah. So I would definitely that yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like it's even though Gemini Man was more of a clone, but
Mm.
still the whole setup of the guy someone's out is trying to kill him, and you can and like the guy who after him, well, the guy behind the scenes is still connected with the main character, and all that felt rehashed and like especially since in the movie they kept talking about Marcus keep talking about how Michael needs to settle down and needs a family and whatnot, and like and introduce the fact that he has a like has a kid,
Mm-hmm.
like it just felt like it just felt uh
I don't know, remade,
yeah
redone.
like like it just
Because my thing is that even in Gemini Man, you had the part where he does he does meet him.
mm-hmm,
He meets them face to face, and it was kind of like in the same. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to defend himself. Yeah, it was similar interactions, which I kind of get. But if you've seen Gemini Man, then you see this back to back, it's kind of like, oh, I've seen this before.
yeah
So
yeah because like I feel like if there was gonna go with the whole Mike needs to settle down whole family route, I feel like keeping Gabrielle Union's character
mm-hmm.
would have been the move to go, and not creating a I guess a mistress and son from his past,
Right.
whatnot, and then giving him a love interest of a female who we have never seen.
A big question mark love interest.
You know,
We have no backstory of what she was and who she was at all.
only thing we know is they had some kind of relationship in the past, but it's never
Was it one night stand? Was it 2 months? Did
like
they?
I don't think it was one night stand because you
I
can
wouldn't think it was a one night stand.
not because like
Friends with benefits.
well I wouldn't say that because like you could tell whenever they were around
Mhm.
there was tension, and you don't get that from a one night stand.
So you don't think he hit it?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, they had sex with
I
that,
don't
but
think they was girlfriend and boyfriend.
I would think it was because like in the scene where she's first introduced and she's talking about how uh this is personal for me too.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna take this case personal if it's just someone you just had a one and done with.
Well, she did say she cared about him, so I could definitely see. Okay, I guess I can make a compromise. I could see a very short relationship that it probably broke off before it got
Mm-hmm.
too serious. I want to go with that because because there are scenes where he's too good. He's still because my thing is that he still have the one eye. He still wants to mingle and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then from the movie, it does probably build up why he has his shield.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did fall in love. But going back to it again, it still throws it off because he was willing to make it work with Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
It's a totally different turnaround because if you have a sister and you seen how he did, you'll always get on him about that. Like, dang, dude, oh, here you go again. You just don't. He like Martin Lawrence's character would never believe him ever again when he say this is the one. He could never say this is the one.
Yeah, and like to me, by not having, by having the relationship fall off for whatever reason, like it's only brought up once,
right,
in the movie, and even then it don't explain why they break up. You know, it's just like impact, like it's like a side conversation when that.
You don't know the importance, which most people. Like, you couldn't care for her. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you waited to the end where she wanted to kill the mother, but you couldn't really... You couldn't get attached. Now, if they did bring Gabrielle Union, like you said, it would kind of make sense a little bit because then they still could have played, you know, he could have built on... Because the way they made it, like, he still wanted her, but he wasn't sure what he wanted. But he know... Oh, we just do it. Logically, he probably wanted to be in the streets. But emotionally, he was like, man... I do really, really want her, you know. So
yeah, because like I just like them breaking up, like to me, like it really like proves Martin, well not Martin, but Marcus's case back in Bad Boys 2, how he didn't want them to date,
right?
You know, because he knows what the type of guy Mike is. It kind of proves his point now, you know, and like one thing, like they kind of glossed over the fact that I guess he's okay from whatever the reason, like I guess disappointing his sister, like, but of course she's not in the movie either, but like I feel like there probably could have been more weight, when we came to that aspect, especially since the whole time movie Marcus is keep like calling him dumb or
I could never get that because you don't know the reason for the relationship.
Like calling him dumb for not capitalizing on the fact of he could be dating this chick. I forget her name in the movie.
It was Rita. I think it was Rita. I want to say
yeah. Like he keep calling her dumb for not going after her, but you would think. Like, okay, you went after my sister. Why would I be condoning this action when you just...
He's just gonna be a heartbreaker.
Yeah,
guys is not gonna condone a dude being a heartbreaker. Actually, to be honest, it'll be the opposite because then he would be like, man, you go, because technically she was moving up in ranks. The one thing you don't need is relationship stress, especially if you're running something like a big team like Ammo and stuff like that. So, and if she's trying to move up in the ranks, it doesn't anything in law enforcement or just with any career. You don't need relationship drama, especially if they're going to see each other too. Because that's another thing. People will recommend if you break up with somebody where you work at, that's drama. They normally probably end up having people transfer, and I'm sure they both enjoy Miami.
True.
So
see, another issue I have with the plot, like I have to have trouble coming up with anything good about the plot. Like because I know we were talking about this like the other day when that.
And I'll do the one I'm talking about with the shooting.
Shooting.
Oh, the thing that threw me off is when we was talking about the shooting. Well, we'll let the audience know. But do you want to finish or you just want me to go?
No, you go.
Okay, well, just like how that kind of threw him off, what kind of threw me off was this. I understand the chain of command or whatever, rank structure or whatever like that. The thing was, the thing was is that they showed the hit. She told them all the people that she wanted.
Well, for those who haven't seen the movie.
Never mind. Okay, well, I'll make it without no spoilers.
No. We're getting spoilers, but explain the setup.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna keep it brief, because I know you still had yours. I was just gonna say the thing is this: when they have assassination set up, he was told not to touch Mike Landry until last, but the movie started because he made him the first target and not the last. And then there's a scene where he also has an opportunity to actually sniper him. But his for those that's it's always like two people with a sniper. So his lookout guy was getting mad because he wouldn't snipe him. But in that movie they never he never explained it. He just like, oh well, I don't want to hit a civilian because the civilian was in the line of fire, but he could have shot through it. But the thing about it that it wasn't even about the civilian. It was the fact that the person that told him said, "Do not kill him, and when you do kill him last, I want him to suffer." So the objective was he was supposed to watch everybody. He's supposed to be the last to die and watch everybody else die. That way he can suffer. Then two, he is supposed to say something to him, which means that when he do kill him, it's going to be face to face. Something very close, within 10 feet, at least 10 feet, not across the street in a building.
Yeah,
So,
see, so the setup is in the beginning of the movie, this guy, Mexican guy, part of the cartel.
Those cartel.
He breaks his mother out. He breaks his mother out of jail, and she pretty much sets up the whole plot of wanting revenge on everybody who put her and her husband in jail. But I think her husband was killed. I think I want to say he was killed. I guess in the act or in jail. Like it doesn't. I was confused by that because I felt like at the beginning they were saying that he was caught.
Yeah.
But then they were saying he was killed. Like,
I interpret it as I think he died in jail.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
they kind of brushed over really quick.
Yeah. So in the midst of showing all the targets, Mike Lowry comes up and she orders him to save him for last. And for whatever reason, the guy goes out and shoots Mike Lowry in the beginning. I know. I'm giving them the setup. So while he spends the time in the coma, he kills the other targets.
Well, before that, let's make another point too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of the way he was shot close range, maybe I would say about 7 feet, with a special made gun. The thing about it is that he was supposed to be the last target, but he got shot first.
Yeah. And
then they was disappointed. It was kind of like, oh, you messed up. Okay, well now make him last. Like he was never supposed to be shot in the first place.
Yeah, like they never explained why he went out and targeted Mike Lowry first.
Because that was a target. It wasn't no he drove by.
Yeah, because my only guess is because the plot needed a way to draw Mike Lowry into everything, but
it still would have worked.
Yeah, like
they did it the right way.
Yeah, like like he could have used his detective skills,
mm-hmm.
and because pretty much he was undercover way before like shooting got out of the academy. No, he said he was pulled from the academy and he was sent undercover, and which brings up more things that I was kind of disappointed about because not once in Bad Boys he ever mentions about being undercover. And
well, it probably wasn't. He didn't have to.
No, he didn't have to.
But but in the timeline, we're never aware that there was a gap because and I'll let you finish. They've been knowing each other since.
Yeah, like because in Bad Boys 2, they break out the yearbook, so it's implied that they were friends back in high school. Mm-hmm. When in high school, like some point within middle school, high school, they was friends. Now in this movie, it makes it seem like they was friends through the force, mm-hmm. And you would think if your best friend was undercover for like a year or 2 years,
yeah, it would definitely because he was deep.
Yeah, like you had since you a police officer mm-hmm. yourself, I'm pretty sure you had known that he was undercover, and Marcus had no idea.
Well, it's safe to say he probably wouldn't if they pulled him from the academy, mm-hmm. But the dialogue that they used was, "Oh, I never knew this about you, but as being friends, I mean, you wouldn't know if somebody left the academy and was gone.
Yeah,
you knew it had been a break, and then they could have covered it up by saying, "Hey, oh, okay, so that's where you've been that time where we fell out of touch or something like that. But he just acted like they made it like they've been all the way through. You know what I'm saying? All the way through. And it's safe to say when they went to the police academy, they had to probably go to the police academy within 4 years of probably high school. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Yeah, because like in Bad Boys for Life, it made it seem like they was friends after like some point after they joined the force. You know?
But that contradicts with both of them in the yearbook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because actually, to even it's not that the fact they could have known each other in high school and been kind of cool. They had already established the Bad Boys for Life in the yearbook before. So it's almost safe to say that one decided to become a cop, the other one decided to join. So they literally probably went to school at the same time.
Yeah. You know. So
plot hole.
Like plot hole. Like that definitely is a plot hole, and like even if there wasn't go the undercover route. Mm-hmm.
Another thing too, he was married 26 years. So if you calculate that, if they went straight out of high school, yeah, he was probably there for the wedding date. So he would be. It's safe to say he would have been aware of the gap. Because you got to think about it. If he's thinking about retire, he probably did. The military and I think law enforcement about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So 26 years, and then if you went, because if you go in the military, 18, you come out at 38. So we know that they're around about 40. They're about their 40. So they literally got out of it makes sense. They literally got out of high school, went to an academy, and became cops. And then probably within 2 or 3 years, Martin Lawrence's character got married. The timeline would have made, and that means that he was married.
Actually, no. He would have to get married before the academy, because
well, it'd be 26, but we don't know exactly how many years they
because they said they were partners for 25 years.
So you
yeah.
So you literally and then that's another thing. They've been together so long that they treat each other like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Wow. We just came up there with the fly. Wow.
It's like to me, I really this like the plot, like this whole plot in the movie, like, 'cause, like it makes no sense, and it's not them doing detective work, you know, like they're like they're the college detectives, you know.
He didn't do no detective work.
Zero, you know.
Actually, he broke rules.
like even when there was pointing out like, okay, everybody who was killed and trying to find some kind of connection, you would think he was like, being since he was on this case, he would start putting puzzles together himself, you know. But it wasn't until after the captain dies, and captain dies, and something else happens where he started putting the pieces. Oh, it wasn't until after they go.
The ammo did it.
Yeah. After there was the whole club scene, looking for one of the not cartel members, but some gang member.
Yeah, they was looking for they was looking for the guy for the guns.
Yeah. Yeah, and when he comes face to face with his son, the guy tells him what his mother told him to tell him, and come find out it's a made up Spanish word that the two made, you know, whatnot. And that's where he starts putting realize who's behind this, you know. Like, you know, so like he's not even using his detective.
No, none of them, because it would have. I mean, it probably didn't. Well, no, the whole thing with the police detective stuff didn't make sense. Period. Because one, if any movie, any TV show you see where detective work has to be done, they always know the weapon. They had the weapon. Let's play Clue real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They had the weapon. They had who died. Okay, so the first couple people died with the same weapon. Plus, as soon as Mike Lowry got shot, they already connected the weapon to other murders. That instantaneously, right then and there. Okay, same gun or same type of gun.
Same ammo.
Okay, same ammo. But it's safe to say that if you got two people dying with the similar ammo, you're going to automatically. It's safe to assume that same killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically, that's right there. Okay. Well, I got shot with this. This is specially made. Okay. So they knew a person was buying it. So all they had to do when the person died again. Plus, they had um they seen him. They knew it's a guy in black. First of all, when he shot Will Smith character, he was riding the same stuff when he killed everything about what he did at that scene. He did at multiple scenes.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie.
which to me like is so cliche and like it makes no sense. Like why do every assassin has to use the same type of ammo? Like you would think, okay, if you kill 4 people with the same ammo, then go to
Nah,
like they go, the police gonna think, okay, there's only one guy who sells this type of ammo. You know, you would think it could catch up to you sooner or later. Like in the fact of he uses the same bike, like they say, like he been seen on the same bike. You know, like you think they're gonna find that bike sooner or later.
Well, they could get away with the bike. I would say it's safe to say they can get away with the bike because they didn't have because how dumb they were acting. They didn't have an idea what the target. So you can get away with killing on a bike because you can hide the bike. But
not the same bike like three, four,
they
5 times.
But they didn't have the tags either. So that's the thing. And then if it was custom,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they have surveillance cameras. Like, I mean,
well, like what was you saying here? They didn't. Okay, they weren't using
those
traffic cameras. The little geek guy didn't go look at traffic cameras and see if they can get the bike plates. Which technically, in Miami, I'm sure they probably got a couple red lights. And if he's running from the cops. Yeah, so they didn't do that, and they didn't show if he had something where he switched the plates or something. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna say we're just gonna take that out and just assume that they don't have cameras in this video. They have cameras to see your face, but not your license plate. So he's good. He's good.
by plot armor.
Yeah,
good.
the drones didn't see him. The drones the only thing that can take pictures. So yeah.
Yeah, but the one thing I did like, well I'm not gonna say like appreciated that. Okay, to backtrack a little bit, we all know Michael Bay doesn't put a lot of emphasis on his characters in development. You know, he doesn't write from a story standpoint any growth in his characters. At least this film tries to do that, you know, because we look at the whole Mike being geared towards trying to be more family, you know, a family guy, and Marcus wanting to live life outside the force, you know, think about his future, retirement, whatnot. They did try to incorporate things to make the characters grow. Because honestly, I know we as the black community love Bad Boys. I mean, I like Bad Boys too, you know. Like, but as a movie guy and especially a writer director, there's no type of character development in those movies. You know, they are the same characters in and out, whatnot, and that's where I kind of feel like the movies lacks. But even in this movie, even though they tried to incorporate that stuff, a lot of it just kind of feels wasted.
Right.
You know, especially at the end where Marcus decides not to comes back out of retirement. Like for some apparent reason, he changed his mind, and you know he could.
It doesn't have a warrant why he did it. Like if they made it where the killer was still out there or something, I don't know. It just didn't make sense because now what's the promise? Because it's always going to be when he leaves, and then Mike. As long as Mike's still on the force, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Being a cop, there's still a chance that somebody might want to kill him. And then that's the thing. What if somebody do kill him?
Mm-hmm.
Then Martin Lawrence character is gonna come and come out of retirement, or hey man, I want to help the kid. Yeah, it just
like there was nothing in the movie that made Marcus. Well, that should have made Marcus change his mind by retirement. You know,
right?
And like, so it's just so he went through all this for what?
Because technically he's in the right prime. If he is in his 40s, yeah, he got to be in his 40s because they did his little sex talk with the pills and stuff. So if he's in his 40s, close to 50, it's perfect. His daughters got married, so he has no more responsibility. All you gotta do is be a granddaddy and stuff like that, and it's just him and his wife in the house. No more kids, and
Mm.
it actually would have been perfect, you know.
See, I feel like the better option for them to do is throughout the whole movie, kind of have him contemplating whether to
Yeah,
retire or not. And by the end of the movie, he decides to hang it up.
yeah.
You know.
I think they should have kept it with the lethal weapon type thing, cause. And that's why I think that we like Bad Boys, because instead of it's always being a black man and a white cop or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Bulletproof or something like that, it's just it's two of them. You know what I'm saying? They made it work. You know, popular comedic relief was, you know, because it's always kind of like a comedian except in Lethal Weapon, but they could have did that concept. You know, the lone wolf with the family man, and you know, Lethal Weapon, you already know he's still gonna help Riggs whenever something comes up, even in the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's going to help him regardless. Now in the TV show, they did change it. They did make him a father, but they had it where because of his past, he didn't know if he can get into that life. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
that kind of still worked because then he still have his partner who can bring him in. They both rubbed off each other. Hey man, live a little life. You know what I'm saying? Even you're still young. You know, get on your wild side. Don't always be safe. Hey,
Yeah.
you have a daughter. You know, get into her life before she pushes you away.
And that's why I feel like. Well, I don't want to get like into the whole series as a whole, but
Right.
those other two movies kind of miss because you still have that element. You know, you have Mike, the single guy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the single hot. You know, trigger happy. Pretty much, he's Riggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even though they're the same age,
Mm-hmm.
Martin is the family man. You know, he's pretty much more talkless minus of the whole I'm getting too old.
Right.
You know, but like they could I feel like they could have really used that dynamic.
It worked.
Yeah.
That works because I mean everybody know he's always a struggle between the married guy and the
Mm.
married guy, the relationship guy, and the single guy. It's always going to be a struggle between those two. You know, one
True.
person is saying how good their life is, and they're always comparing against each other. So it works. They're teaching each other, and then they're teasing each other.
Yeah.
You know, so it works. But I agree with you. It just didn't make sense because technically, him the only reason he should come out of retirement was because he was dead. He died.
Mm-hmm.
They had a team, and he could have just been the person that helps oversee and stuff like that.
And then even the reason, even the reason for him to come out of retirement, it
It wasn't strong enough. Yeah.
like even though yes it's the captain, and he's kind of like a father figure to them, but your brother was shot too,
Mm-hmm.
and you held your ground.
Yeah.
But but now your captain is killed, even though Mike survives, but now all of a sudden you changing your mind, like
and the religion part didn't really make sense because he broke it. It worked good for the motorcycle scene. It did, but
mm-hmm.
by him saying, "Yeah, I promise not to," like he literally. But I agree with you. Even before that, the thing is, they made it like the captain. Okay, people respect their boss. May like him, but it wouldn't have been. Yeah. Oh my God. Because then now, like even then, that's another thing I didn't understand. And we was discussing that too. Is just that how they wanted him to suffer, but they killed 9 people close to him. I mean,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the captain. Yeah, but honestly, if you're gonna kill somebody as a single guy, you kill the nucleus. You kill the next person next to him. It'd be his parents, his mother, his father. You know what I'm saying? His brother. But Marcus didn't have that from what we got. But
Hey, Mike.
he did. Yeah, he didn't have that. But we do know who he had. He had old boy. He had Martin Lawrence character.
Like they didn't really do anything outside of killing his captain to make him suffer. You know,
He would have suffered bad if he shot up the wedding.
yeah,
As
like,
soon as he make the toast, boom, boom.
like they didn't do anything. Like she wanted him to make, she wanted him to suffer, but they didn't do anything to make him suffer.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, they played the video of him getting shot. You know, that's not making you suffer. You may get, frustrated. It may hurt your pride, but it's just only gonna anger him and feel him, feel him. But yeah, like outside, Kim the captain, where's the suffering?
No, it wasn't no suffering.
Yeah.
Because the people that he was loyal to, that he would die for, didn't die. And the
Well,
concept.
the captain, I mean, he would die for the.
I don't know. I'm still
like,
half and half on that one.
Well,
I think he would ride for him, but I don't think he would.
Yeah, because like they even mentioned he's kind of like, well, he mentioned like you're kind of like a son to me, whatnot.
Yeah, that's the captain.
And
but we don't know.
Like they had a friend, like you can tell that those friends outside of work.
Yeah, they was friends outside of work. They had like a mentor type thing. But I mean, now if he looked up to him like a father figure, maybe. But it's different because he looked at them like kids because he was always had to deal with them. You kind of have that. I get it. I get where you're coming from as the relationship. I just felt like in some cases, I don't think he would have went as far as like in a vindictive type thing. Where compared to Martin Lawrence's character, I feel like Martin Lawrence's character or anybody, I will put the captain under Martin Lawrence and Martin Lawrence's family.
I mean, yeah, because Martin is like your brother, like your brother.
Yeah, I would definitely put it. Even the girl, if you bring the girl and gave her a union, he still. I don't know, just the rank. I just feel like I think it hurted him, but it wouldn't be something where, he want justice. But
I could buy that because like this is a guy who you've been knowing for 25 years.
That's cool. Yeah.
And 25 years, it gotta account for something,
yeah.
like, and even though they butted heads, like you can tell. Well, not really tell, but like especially in the scene before he dies, like how they'll just do this hanging out, talking. Like you can tell they really had a relationship outside this being
they had a boss mentor, yeah.
But like it was, you can tell there was a lot more to just be a boss. So, going to the characters, I feel like there was, outside of Martin and Will, because they're still the same people from that we know and love. There's no difference. There's no difference. The other characters, especially you said her name was Rita.
Yeah, Rita.
I feel like a lot of them really serve no purpose.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens didn't serve no purpose either. I liked her hairstyle, boy. I mean, she's the only one I kind of knew, but yeah, they didn't. For her star power, yeah, she just gets shot. She shoot a couple people, but yeah.
No, she actually had a big role.
Yeah, in the first scene,
because she was the one who goes in the building with Will.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
But I mean,
and that's another thing I didn't understand too. Like with that character, it was like she didn't even want to go. Like they've been ready for it. Like she had the character that I would felt, the archetype that would be ready, like a Michelle Rodriguez type.
She was ready.
No, because she stopped because she was like, "Go." And she just looked at her.
Because Will wasn't in charge. Because the whole thing was, stay back, watch, observe.
Oh, it was
and
over.
Will was...
Yeah, it was already over.
Will jumped ahead.
Yeah, but he was still a cop, though.
He didn't jump the gun, but, he just...
But when he went out there, it was...
Yeah,
it was done.
I mean...
the rules went out the...
his rules were out the window.
Okay,
they still had to follow,
Okay. But I kind of looking at just the fact, like, you're not going to let... In that type of environment, you're not going to let him just run off where he's about to get killed without no backup. I kind of took it like that from that type point. But I can see where you're coming from. I just took it like that where because she still stalled even after it was a brief pause where this dude's about to go break where everybody's ready. Everybody's on the high end. You know, so it's like it was just that pause. I just couldn't. After she was told to go, and she was just like, you know, and it's like the whole time she seemed like she was ready for action. But that's that's something minor.
You know, right? Like I didn't really see no hesitation. I feel like it's
I
just more
did,
like, like go, we to go, okay, go, okay, cool. Like,
yeah. My thing is that it shouldn't have even been all that because they knew what he was about to go into.
yeah, but what they felt like he was doing was being a hothead.
Right, but
You know,
somebody's supposed to protect the hothead because they have a hothead on their team. And I bet you if he'd have ran, she would have been out there like, okay, cool.
yeah, because like okay, explain the scenario. They're after this guy who had connection to the animal. And so he, he's in the process of making a deal with the cartel, and Will spots that the deal is about to go bad.
Yeah.
So he reacts, he jumps out, and even though uh, he's only there to watch
Mm-hmm.
and consult.
That's correct.
You know, so Animal really doesn't have no responsibilities for him. Now, if dude jumps out, yes, like they're partners.
I disagree
So
with
so of
that.
course they're gonna be more inclined to help out your partners and instead of some random
Okay.
hot guy
And
who
I would agree with you on that. But if we're talking about cops and how every cop movie does this, there's always a hothead, and people literally follow the hothead right into it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then my thing is that from the background, the thing is that the situation that he was putting himself in, I just felt that, like I said, it's just minor, just from what I would take it as compared to any other things. Like I said, you have all these other cops movies where somebody go high head and break protocol. Everybody's just like, okay, whatever, just go. You know, because my thing is that regardless if they're still cops, you know what I'm saying, and he's going
yeah.
to die with, they're not going to care. My thing is that when she got the word, she should have been ready. Plus, they're a special tactic team, which they're supposed to do raids. Because he actually, when he got in there, he was like, "Hey, what are we gonna do?" You know, he's looking at them like they already been trained because they are trained for that. You know what I'm saying? They just got their use more technology, but they are trained for it. So I just felt like because of the character prototype archetype that she was doing, it should have been no hesitate, go in there and help him and go back him up.
And she did. Like
My thing was the hesitation.
Her only hesitation was
No, it
was looking towards her boss. Like,
no,
hey,
the
should I go?
hesitation after the boss told her to go. She waited.
You should have waited.
Yes, she did. She waited. She waited. She looked and she was like, "Go," and she was like, and then she went, and it was just like, "Dang, just go!" Like this dude, like he's gonna mess up a big bus. Everybody's loaded. That's just what I interpret. That's me. That's like you said. We all see certain things, but I was just saying that the fact that they had that. Once she got it, she should have been ready for the go because I looked at that was her archetype that she was ready. She's supposed to have been ready.
Yeah, she was ready. She went in and did her thing. You know. Now, like you wanted to jump out for a random guy who may get yourself killed.
Yes.
May get yourself killed, not himself killed.
Yes.
Yourself killed.
Yes. If
He's
they're gonna be
not
law enforcement, they have that loyalty. Yes,
But-
I expect that in the movie because we've seen it. That's just what I've seen.
Not from some random guy who's just
He's
supposed to
not
be
random. They know him. He's a legend to them.
a
They
legend
admire him.
a
Oh
legend
my
a
God.
legend who they have never worked with
It
and
doesn't
seen.
matter. They admired him. When he walks in, they admire
But
him.
he wasn't the boss.
It does.
She's a boss.
God, I can't explain this.
Like she's like
Okay, I'm just telling you from a law enforcement military thing. They admired him, and we've seen this in movies before, and they should have been ready because it's action. They pretty much just sitting there waiting for action, a new tag scene. They made them like that, and my thing is that all these elements of them, this would have been their time to shine. Plus, like I said, the architect that she was supposed to be playing, she should have been ready for something to jump off. But I get what you're saying. I'm just looking at the fact that one, they supposed to look out for their own. It didn't matter. He wore the badge, and they are aware of him. It wasn't like he was a civilian because they done that for civilians. The civilians who popped up and they're like, "Oh shoot, go get him." You know. I'm just saying in this movie, it's just that reaction. I just felt like it should have been a little bit faster. That's it. That's the only thing. Like if you say it was okay, that's cool. I'm just saying for me, as soon as she got the word, she should have been ready because it was like she wasn't even sure to go back him up, and nobody is not going to do that.
It wasn't uncertainty.
No, because
uncertainty. It was more like oh my god, like he's
but
getting
the
in
thing
trouble.
is that
Like it's not her being unsure. Like because she was sure. It's just that, like, okay, do I really have to? Because we ain't gonna be doing this. You
I know, but once he go in there, that's not the same. But
that's not the same as not being ready. You know, it's
she
like
was when he grabbed that thing. They should have known what he was doing. They know. My thing is this: he has a reputation. They know who he is. They know the situation. They like everything is already put out. Like first of all, one, he's a decorative. He's popular. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like a hero. You know, a legend. You know what I'm saying? Number two, they know he's vindictive because he got shot. So right then and there, they should have already been knowing the situation. They were already aware of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the whole time where as soon as he grabbed it, he immediately told her, and she just like walked like, okay, you're literally gonna let this dude walk out there, mess up a bus, and then two, get himself killed. When, like you said, they could do all that. They still responsible for him. They still got to do the paperwork.
oh, she's not responsible. Her boss is responsible.
Okay.
Like,
okay. I mean, yeah, you're right. I give you that part. She has to follow the order. But my thing is that
and once she got the order, you know, she went.
She hesitated. That's why I didn't like. It's okay.
It wasn't hesitation of of should I go? It was more of a reaction like, okay, we doing this.
Right, but that reaction right there is that, oh my God, we doing this. Like his life is now on the line. It should never been like that. It should have been like, okay, we got to go protect them.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but
that's the same thing. Like, oh my God, we're doing this. Like, oh my, like really, like why can't this guy just listen? You know, it was more of a look of frustration.
Yeah, but my thing,
but it's not fact that she was.
I got
she
it.
was unsure of going doing it. It was just like
it was just frustration because the thing is, like they knew he was going to do that. You know, it was just like.
But that's still frustration, whether you knew he was going to do it or not. You know, because you them being the young heads, him being the old head, you probably look at him expecting him to fall in line. You know, like you're not expecting him to just. Run a gun.
Well, they knew that from the first interactions. She was aware of that, but it is what it is, though.
But these characters do feel like they are pointless. There was no meaning. Like I feel like they replaced the other two. I forget the names.
I forgot who they are, but the two guys,
like with ammo. I mean, I get it. You know, you try to incorporate the old in the new.
Well, some of the actors are pretty. I guess they were trying to, bring in like fresh talent and stuff like that. You know.
Well, I'm not from I'm not talking about the actor standpoint, but from a movie standpoint of the story wise, the old generation, the new generation. I get that.
Let me ask you something. Do you think it was necessary?
No, I don't think it was necessary.
Because I mean, even in the second one, there's we're I would say the audience is smart enough to know there's task forces.
Well, I feel like from the story that they went with, I don't think that was necessary.
Okay.
The whole get revenge thing. I feel like that wasn't needed. Now, if they had a different storyline where it focused more on Will and Marcus actually getting old and being forced to retire, I feel like, yes, that kind of makes more sense to incorporate a younger team. But I just feel like these guys really have no purpose.
Because even with that, while you saying that, they could have went. They did it with Will and the guy like him, you know what I'm saying? But it was very quick and small. And it was only two moments. It was the moment where they get into the surveillance van, and then there's the part where he tried to get in the club. But, they never try to build upon it because they could have got Mark. They could have got Martin character and did it, and it could have been built on like, hey, we may be old. Because we already know, once again, that's another battle. The old head and the new head, The new head is more invincible, where the old head is got more wisdom. And they could have showed them, because like even what we're discussing, it didn't. Actually, to be honest with you, it made Will look more immature.
It did, like at the end of the day, like as I was saying, like the whole character growth, like they try to incorporate that, but at the end of the day, like it's still Mike Larry doing Mike Larry, and there's no change, different, no change in his character. I mean, I get you can still have the same personality,
Mhm.
but your development as a human being can always change and shift.
And then when they was doing it with Martin character, it's like you can kind of see the growth, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't do it with Will. And then that's another thing too with the ammo. You didn't really. I kind of felt like, and I probably going what you was going to with too. Um, they didn't. I mean, since we had that discussion, thinking about it, when they was at the fight scene, they only came because Martin called. And then the second thing is that you didn't really even see them go out their way to try to save Will, but they were just caught up in the fight. Now they do save each other,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, once again, are they doing this because they have to, or are they doing it because they're a team now?
Yeah, like, and I really don't know. Like, it's just
Because, like you said, the last one, they worked together. Even with those two guys, they needed them guys. Them guys came together.
mm-hmm.
They teased each other, but that was just what people do. But
Yeah.
but you notice them coming together, doing it, and they all came. Hey, we're gonna do this because we need to do this, and we're down for you because you're a part of the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have
no team bonding
yeah.
experience. Yeah, like it just felt like all of a sudden they're a team. Let's go. Like like in the beginning, you could felt like they tried to incorporate little animosity, especially with the Asian guy and Will.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could see that they tried to incorporate some tension, but it came, but it was more done in fun
Mm-hmm.
than for uh I guess plot
Yeah,
story wise.
it's kind of like it was rushed because even at the ending, when he was just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna watch the kid together." Yeah, showed no bond. Like it wasn't like they say like okay, like for instance when he say Vanessa Hudgens character from getting killed, the one that had the issue, the big okay, something like that would have made sense if it was like Will, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like oh yeah, we out, which made sense. Like, all right, we helped you out with your stuff. We have nothing to you. We going to work. We got our jobs back. Even when they lost their job, it was, it was not even what Martin just said. Hey, don't worry about it. It'll all work out.
Yeah, speaking of which,
And
like
they're new and hot, and they're ready. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Speaking of which, we never get because like they get shut down, whatnot.
Blowing up the city.
Yeah, pretty much doing what Will and Martin always do, causing destruction. But you don't get like do they get the job like?
Well, I think what happened. Okay, remember when I think because it was the cartel, and they got the killer who killed. Because you gotta remember, he killed big people. He killed a judge and one of them was a DEA agent or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So because they did that, even though it wasn't even a legit authorized type thing. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it was it'd be off the books. I mean, yeah, they helped shut down, and they got the guy. I guess they got kudos for getting the guy that caused all the trouble, but it wasn't done in the United States.
So like even that doesn't make sense. Like they go to Mexico to get a guy, and you can bring him back.
Well, Mexico did say they'd help him. They were just gonna take the credit.
That's true. Yeah.
So I guess when the United States found out, because like I said, they want justice too. Because technically, wherever he's at, America got him. They put him at a black site, so America end up getting him. So I guess it's to the point where, and then it makes sense, I guess, but it's something that we had to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, and then it's not explained if Ammo was
Oh yeah, rebuilt.
Yeah,
we know.
like
we know she got No, she got promoted to captain. But wow, yeah, because we don't know if Ammo got back. We just know that they just go back to they have jobs now.
Yeah,
she'll put them back on the force, but they probably no, that's a problem too because remember the tech guy. Well, he won't be able to do fancy stuff with the drones.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
Well, we did say it was a lot of stuff that it threw you off.
Yeah. So So before we go into our grading, what's your I guess overall final thoughts on
My
the movie?
final thoughts. Um, I enjoyed Martin Lawrence. I'm glad he came back. He's somebody that him and Eddie Murphy is somebody that it would be nice to see them, doing anything again. But once I got, for those that know, I kind of missed a couple at the beginning, but I had to go back and watch it. But when I did see when he got shot. So my thing was when I found out that, and they had, well, I'll keep it short. It threw me out of loop when he was still trying to kill Mike after he was told not to twice. So that kind of just threw everything off. And then talking with James, I can see all this extra stuff, like, just the history and the pause and stuff like that. But I was already kind of out of it when I found out, like, dude, why won't this dude just listen? Like, you have a plan, follow the
Mm.
plan. You won't play, and it just kind of it threw me off as the viewer,
Yeah,
pretty much.
like I feel like I enjoyed it for what it was like. An action movie. Uh, like, I feel like it's a mindless action movie genre franchise
Hmm.
that tried to be a little bit more, and I don't think it really worked. And I enjoyed the chemistry between Will Smith and Mark Lawrence. Like as always, they are the highlight of the movie. Uh, it does have its funny moments. Uh, there's actually one scene where not Mark, where Will Smith is acting his butt off when he's begging to Martin for the first time to uh, for one last ride,
Hmm.
and like uh, he really killed. I think both of them really kills that scene,
But like you
you know.
said, they took it away with it at the end.
Yeah, yeah. So like all that is kind of undermined and later on, but I just feel like I feel like they could have done a lot more with this movie. It had a better story, especially since it's been what last movie came out 2003.
Yeah,
That's what 14, 15 years.
yeah.
And like it's been 15 years. Like in 15 years, y'all couldn't come up with a better story. They did.
No, and that's the thing that you do want to. Okay, from what I get from like writers and people who does trilogy, you really don't want to rush this. Like you really want to sit down, and if you got two trilogies, you definitely want now. Because I did look up why Michael Bay didn't do it. Reason why Michael Bay didn't do it because what he was going to charge, and what we was going to charge, it would have cost too much money.
Mm.
Now, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like in that case, just get the people what they want. You already making them. You already making money. I mean, at least Will like, yo, man. Because I'm sure there's actors that took pay cuts to do movies, but it is what
Yeah,
it is. I mean, especially when he just had Gemini Man come out, and but it is what it is. But yeah,
yeah. So from a scale from $1 to $15, oh, how would you rate this movie?
the action was cool. I wanted more. I felt like it should have been more. I enjoyed the action in Gemini Man a little bit more, but I'm gonna say about 450.
I'm gonna give about 5.
I was gonna say five, but I said 450. Well, we close.
Yeah, it it's there's not enough action to be a mindless action movie, and then some of the action scenes. Well, it's only one action scene that really took me out of it. At towards the end, is one little segment where like him and where Will Martin is trying to get to the stairs shooting, and like guys will come into the frame and they'll get shot, fall down. It just felt a little the way they shot that felt a little, it just
Oh
felt a little stupid.
wow! Yeah, and my thing is that with the witch, the way she was using the glass to cut Martin, she was experienced with knives, and the
Mm-hmm.
points that she was hitting him in the chest by the shoulder blades. She hit him in she hit him on his arm, which was cool. She caught him off guard, but she was slicing like the back of his leg, near the knee, near the ankle. Like those are deadly points for a knife. Plus, she got him in the shoulder, and I'm sorry, that area right there where that shoulder blade at in the chest.
Yeah.
It seemed like that's what she shot him at, because right there where you hold the bulletproof vest, that area that you can grip the vest is like where she could, because I don't think she stunned him through the vest, but right there,
Yeah.
that right there, that tear, that's everything shoulder. That means that he would no longer be able to throw a punch without it hurt. And then with him hanging down, yeah, he would have probably been in so much pain he would have probably fell.
Yeah.
I mean, or no, it didn't even matter because he was bleeding. Unless he, I don't know, he was just, yeah, that. And I know I'll bring up that too, like what we was talking about earlier. But that one, I don't even think he could have fought. Once she took him out, unless he had grabbed her with his adrenaline rush and knocked her out. But he should have been out for the, he should have been laying down. And plus, I know we didn't say it here, but I know you had discussed the fact that dealing with the time frame of those shots at those close range, it never showed how that he was still hurt. You know,
Oh yeah. I forgot mention that. Like the gun, just like in the movie, like Rita tells him that you still injured and whatnot, and never again. Well, and she kind of tested, and he grabs his ribs in pain.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout the rest of the movie, there's no mention of his injury.
Nah, he shouldn't even have that fight when he jumped out the window.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But
well, I will say something real quick.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even though we said that, I just want to say, it's a good movie. But if you just watch it for what it was, I do want to say that. I do want to say that.
Yeah,
it's good for what you want to watch, as long as you're not reading into it like we saying.
Yeah, like once you start pulling at the strings, like a lot of things start falling apart.
Right.
You know, but that will do it for today's episode. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and also all this will be in the link below. Go to our Dream Cloud Films channel and subscribe to that channel as well. You know, we put all our film projects over there, and go follow. I'm not sure if you have any social media accounts besides Facebook.
I was just actually, wow, man, I was just thinking like that. Well, you can catch some of my I done a little couple skits on me, and it's a White Ranger, like the Power Ranger, White Ranger 79, all is one word. You can definitely catch, if you want to see us acting. I act in a lot of, you can get to see James work on his Dream Clouds films. You can see a lot of the scripts that he wrote and stuff, and you can see me in them. And on my page, you can see my little comedy skits that I've done. And the latest one, I have James in there. So yeah, just come on and check it out. So,
all right, well, that would do it. And also, if there is a movie you want us to review, just leave us a comment or message us on it.
You can message us on the Facebook link. We see it pops up.
Yeah.
Link, you have a message.
So
just put a name. You ain't gotta say, hey, try this. Just drop the name of the movie. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just drop the name of the movie, and it helps us out too, because we sometimes go back and forth on trying to figure it out. We have like a little rotation system sometimes, but sometimes we don't know what we want to watch. So it definitely helps.
Yeah, it don't gonna be a new movie. It could be new, old, Netflix, Hulu. Doesn't matter. But
it's not XXX rated. I just had to throw that in there. I know how type of friends you have, Devin.
I said we'll say Bill.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Bill.
But anyways, that will do for today's episode. This been a film nerds review. I'm James,
and I'm Theo. Have a good night, y'all.